Alright guys, I'm finally back after it. We got hit with the COVID, and then I'm in mid-Michigan, and some of you probably heard the floods. Yeah, that's like right in my wheelhouse. Like, I almost went underwater. So like we skated by on that. Then we had this hailstorms that came through and just messed up all the roofs on all the buildings on my property. Like it was, yeah, life's been kicking my ass here, and I've got just crazy deep into all these other projects, and I'm finally back on the freaking boat. My God, so the thing's got the whole garage to itself. So I stopped working on this thing because like the disease came through, the zombie apocalypse, and I got laid off. Couldn't justify spending money on this, like I had to get in and do some side work and like get back on my feet here before I could justify spending money on this crazy thing. So, but yeah, here we are. I'm back after this thing. We're motoring on it. So I ordered literally everything that I needed to finish the project all in one sitting. I had it all the stuff saved on like um, shopping carts on like multiple different websites, and everything was. I just had to literally sit down, and it took like 15 minutes, and it was just complete order, complete order, complete order. You got everything coming all at once. It's fun. I love Amazon bombing the house. I love it. The wife hates it. Anyways, so we got everything here. Everything to finish this thing is either here or within a few days of here. So you can see my 70s brown bomber's jacket seats. The wife is not thrilled about these either, but I had to do it. Sorry. I had to get the bases and posts and seat mounts all individually. And it was the shortest post that I could get. Like, it was the only thing that way to really make this comfortable without your knees hitting the dash. So, yeah, they can spin. They lock every 90 degrees. The top seat mount there is lockable, so they'll be locked forward. When the boat's underway. So they're really nice seat mounts. Just awesome. So I got one extra base that I'm going to put up on top of the hood, so you can take one of these seats out and put it up on the deck up there, because that'll all be wood and carpeted too. So you can fish or hang out and drink beer at the sandbar, whatever you're trying to do. Here's the steering wheel, and I had to get a 2-inch spacer so it would clear the factory tray there. But it's a rotary steering setup, not like the rack and pinion that was in it. There's your ignition switch, and then here's all your gauges. The tax programmable. It's got an hour meter built into it. The speedometer is GPS. It's got an odometer built into it. It's a pretty nice set of gauges. Come with all the senders: water sender, oil sender, fuel sender, and everything. There's your fuse panel. You have the blower and everything on that. Upper right is a cigarette lighter, and upper left is like a couple USB ports, and then you got the 2 bilge pump switches over there that you can manually override or put them on automatic, because they both got float switches. So somewhere I got to find a hole for a glove box. The wife said that's a requirement. Here's your GPS sender. I got to put somewhere up on the deck or whatever. So this is all just mock-up. Obviously everything's gonna have to come back out. That piece of cedar for the dash is gonna have to get treated. So yeah, here's your fuse panel. These things are really cool. Some of you guys probably seen them, but the little red light that illuminates when the fuse blows. Just dropped this thing on the ground earlier. Oh, hopefully it's still good. I want everything to be keyed hot, so the whole panel is going to run off of this 200 amp relay. So everything will be keyed hot. I don't want somebody coming in here like these old boats that I've had where, the little nephew can turn the blower on and then just jump out of the boat, kill the battery. So it's all going to be keyed. I got all the control cables, everything, the throttle, the forward reverse, the diverter. I have the your typical Morse throttle control that runs the cable and or the forward reverse cable and the throttle cable, simultaneously. But I didn't have anything to run the diverter with. I look, the place diverter shifters are really, really expensive. So I was looking at making my own shifter or whatever, but I'm gonna try this idea here. I got just a up and down switch, and I'm gonna use a window regulator and cut this off. So I just have a lever, and it's gonna run the diverter cable. So this thing should be more than strong enough, and they got like a brake. Basically, you can't move a window, that's halfway up. Like, try and move a window, you're not gonna move it. So I think this might work because it's got a lock in position. Like the place diverter shifters have like little notches that you move the shifter, and it keeps it in that position. So I'm gonna try it and see if it works. It's a Chevy pickup window regulator. Here's your big main battery switch. You got all kinds of knickknacks around here. The boxes are just they continue to fill up the porch. I got these old Chevy truck hood hinges long time ago. I'm gonna try and use that to hold the hood up so I don't gotta do gas shocks. There's your alternator, Delco, one wire marine alternator, 4 rib pulley on it. It's just gonna run off of what the AC part of the LS balancer used to run. And then I'll just use that link to tighten and loosen the belt. You can see this is all the wire for the boat. It's all marine duplex, triplex wire, all different sizes, and this one will be like all the control wires and everything for the engine, the gauge sender wires and all that. It's an 8 conductor. There's 10 gauge, 14 gauge, 16 gauge, and there's all kinds of, and then there's triplex wire for the bilge pumps, because you gotta have 2 power wires to go back there, one for the float switch and one to bypass it. So this will come off of those float switches, or the switches on the dash, all the way back to the bilge pumps. There's the blower. They got the hose for the blower. There's the kind of termination point for the blower hose that'll be down in the bilge. And here's your fuel vent. Same size as the original one. We'll just put that back where it came out. There's that throttle control I was talking about. I robbed this out of another boat. This controls your throttle. This controls your forward or reverse. So that bracket goes on the back of it. Is what you mount the cables to. I got all these pieces all cut because I'm going to make a box for this thing that the cables just go into, that gets welded to the side of the boat over there. I want it to be pretty high because I want to be able to run the thing standing up. I don't run it really low, so it might look kind of goofy when I'm done how high the shifter is, but oh well. There's the new fuel hose, and then the clamps I'm going to use. I got all these nice T-bolt clamps, and there's the replacement, the fuel fill. It's kind of just a copy of the original one. There's your marine the fuel hose for the motor. Here's the tank. I don't know if you guys remember that. There's with the new sender in there. And it's one of the senders where it just has a float that travels up and down on the shaft. It doesn't have the big stupid swing float, the old style. So the tailpipes are tacked into the boat, at least. Here's my dump manifold, I guess, for lack of a better couple words. This will be your steam line for the engine. I don't know if you guys can familiar with LS motors, they all got steam vents. Bilge pump 1, bilge pump 2, pressure relief valve dump, because you got to have a pressure relief before the engine because the pump cooling water can spike a lot higher than 15 psi. So this is the dump for that, and this will be the dump for the sand strainer that won't be in it right away, but eventually will be in it. And then this is I got like a 6 gallon per minute self-priming DC pump, like a big water pump that moves a lot of water. And that's for when the boat is actively sinking. You fire up the big boy here. It's going to be mounted right inside here, and then hard plumbed right into the bilge of the boat. So if we rip the boat in half, and rip a huge hole in it, yeah, it's going to go to the bottom, but, maybe we could at least get to shallower water before it sinks. Give us a couple extra seconds. I don't know. So, I don't know. I'm hoping the tailpipes come out above water. Who knows if they actually will, but I really hope they will. Seems like just about every Berkeley you see, the water level is usually right here around the top of the bowl, up or down a little bit. So hopefully my tailpipes wind up being up above the water, so we can, piss off the neighbors. And I got all the stuff for the pump, all the new little nye liners for the pins, all new hardware, a new Heims, stainless Heims for the end of the control cables, and I think I'm going to run the cables right up kind of like that, like both of them. You can see where the diverter cables got attached here, and then run this Heim. So you'll have 2 cables, and I think I'm going to run them up there, and it's a nice gradual curve. This is an earlier diverter. The newer diverters, the forward reverse cable comes in vertical and runs, the back of this thing back here. It's a better design, because then both cables are vertical. Like, this thing is kind of stupid, the way the cable comes up and hits this when it's trimmed all the way down, and then the cable hits the bowl when it's trimmed all the way up. But it's an old place diverter, so this was one of their early designs, but I'll deal with it. Whatever. I still put I put the sticker on it after I got this thing repainted. Man, what else is there? Even all the little knick-knacky shit is coming. Like the bollard, as they call it, apparently. I'm going to have that thing back here somewhere, so we can do some Axemen stuff, go pull some logs out of the river. Here's my rear light. This will be my little hatch handle for the little hatch that's going to be right here behind the hood for to get to the weed clean out there. So you can just kind of lay up on the hood and just open this little latch and get down there and get the weeds out of it, because you're driving a boat where you're not supposed to be. So the back of the hood will be right here, so you can see kind of there'll be like just a deck back here that's just rigid with the boat, and that little hatch will be over in the middle of it. And then we'll have the scoops out here and the back corners, one over there facing one way, one facing the other way. So it's the plan goes currently. I don't know, that may change. But yeah, I am out of breath. Good grief. I haven't talked this much in a month. But yeah, this is how it's going. It's looking quite well. It's got both risers on it now. Dash looks sweet. I think I'm going to take that piece of cedar and, I don't know, poly it, clear it. I don't know about staining it, maybe. I don't know. Do you stain it dark to match the bomber jacket seats? I don't know. I got to, find this vinyl to, because I want a bench seat in here, with storage underneath it. So I got to find that same, or as close as possible to that same vinyl to get these cushions made. So, and then, what do you do with the carpet? Do you do just the kind of conventional marine carpet, like dark gray, you know, it's usually like a kind of a speckled looking dark gray is the normal marine carpet, because, you know, you have these panels, the hood panel will be carpet. I don't want that to be like vinyl cushion. You know, I want to be able to have my little base, seat base up there, and be able to walk around on this and not have to, you know, think anything of it. But I don't know. I'm struggling coming up with the color combination with this thing. Because you, like, the inside of the boat, all of these visible spots, you know, up in the gunnels, that needs to be painted because it looks like shit. You know, going across here up onto these aluminum verticals, there'll be a piece of wood going across. So you have a little storage pocket, you know, all the way up on the side of the boat. So all that needs to be carpeted. Like this, it's a lot of marine carpet. You got to pick the right color, you know, depending on what we do with the outside. Right now, the outside is still just sandblasted. We sandblasted this thing. It's a super coarse profile. So it's prepped. It's ready for paint. But we just got to make up our minds. We want something on this thing to not show dents and not show scratches, because we're going to be trying to bash this thing up and down creeks and stuff. You know, like, I want it to not show scratches and dents. So it's like you either white or like light gray, like navy gray, kind of like it appears right now. You know, I don't want to invest too much into the paint on the boat just to go and bash it, you know, off of logs. The whole reason we're building this thing. So yeah, I'm everybody that's coming out here, hey, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? No, I'm turning everybody away. I'm done. I'm getting this done. I'm sick of getting sidetracked from this little boat. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys on the next video. Like, hopefully there's like way more progress than even I got now, because we're getting at it. It's all hands on deck around here. So it's a perfect opportunity to get this damn thing done and make sure that it floats. You know, that you don't just, like, you know, put it in the water and it just goes right down with the trailer. It goes straight to the bottom. So let's at least get the damn thing floating. My buddy's got a pond. He lives like 2.5 miles away, or so, 3 miles away maybe. He's got like a 3-acre pond. It's like a perfect little float area for this thing. We all got bets going on, like where it's gonna draft. We're all gonna put marks on it, like before we dip the back in the water, because everybody's got a different idea of where this thing is gonna draft, like static draft. So it's gonna be a big deal, a pivotal moment. And, you know, maybe some people got money on it, and, you know, but we won't get into that. So yeah, I'm rambling. Sorry. I appreciate you guys, seriously. I'll catch you on the next video for sure. Thanks for watching.